Simon, and you're watching Off the Wall. Today's episode of Off the Wall, we're going to talk about lake monsters. Yes, lake monsters. We're going to talk about, you know what lake monsters I'm talking about. You got the Loch Ness Monster, which is probably the most famous lake monster. You got the Lake Van monster in Turkey. You got the Ogopogo. You got the Champ Lake monster in Lake Champlain. And today we're going to really focus on Lake Champlain and Champ because there's a few new stories out there going around. I found them on Cryptomundo.com. The first story I'm going to talk about is the 2006 documentary on ABC News. It was kind of like an ABC News special on Lake Champlain that was actually done by Jim Avila of ABC News. The reason why I like this video so much is that's my uncle, Jim Avila, blood relative. He's my father's brother. And anytime he does a story, I like to watch it. So, it's family. Got to watch my family. Now, I love the style of documentary and the way he covered it. And I was so surprised that ABC News would actually cover a lake monster story. And they did. They did a long documentary, aired it on TV, and I remember first watching it, I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe that my uncle would actually do a story about lake monsters, but they did a great job. And just to talk a little bit about the documentary, there was a family on a boat, and they're just doing their thing, and then all of a sudden you hear a bunch of commotion, people going, "Oh, look, what is that? Oh my God, what is that? Whoa, whoa!" And they all look over the side of the boat, and to me, it looked very convincing. I mean, it looked like a lake monster to me. That was probably the best footage I've ever seen of a lake monster, so you guys might want to go recheck it out. Now, the story on Cryptomundo is that supposedly that video had disappeared, and the story now is that it's reappeared. So go check that out, revisit that, because it's probably one of the best documentaries I've ever seen on a lake monster. And not to mention, it's my uncle, Jim Avila, that does it. So that's that story, but now there's some new videos, 2 new videos to be exact, that I saw on Cryptomundo. You can also look at them on YouTube of the Lake Champlain, Champ. And basically, on these 2 new videos, there's a kid. He's an amateur videographer. He's taking video of the lake. His name is Precious Ortiz Anderson, and got to give him props, for taking the video. But it was done in Button Bay State Park, which a lot of sightings happen in Button Bay, in Vermont on July 30th of 2011. Now, I watched both of these videos 2 or 3 times. In one frame, it looks like it's a bunch of ducks or geese in a line. In another frame, it looks basically like boat wake to me, a little bit higher than normal. I don't see anything out of the ordinary, and I don't see anything that's that impressive as far as possibly being the Lake Champlain lake monster. I don't think it's Champ. I just don't think these videos are very impressive. They're worth looking at, because if you're like me and you're just curious and you think, hey, anything's possible, lake monsters, Bigfoot, aliens, they might exist. Let's look at it. You might want to check them out. Like I said, I went to Cryptomundo.com to find them. I know you can find them on YouTube as well. Just search, Lake Champlain or Champ Lake Monster 2011. You should be able to find them pretty easily. And that kid's name is Precious Ortiz Anderson. So to me, they're not real. Not very impressive as all. I just don't see anything. I see ducks and wake. That's it. Boat wake. Now, as far as the 2006 video, that documentary, that was impressive. Definitely go check that out. I definitely think that the Champ Lake monster is off the wall. And if any of these 3 monsters, or 4 monsters, Ogopogo, Lake Van, Champlain, or the Loch Ness monster are real, I would say it would be Champ. Because I've seen, some of the best footage of the Champlain lake monster. All the other ones, to me, they look like they're easily, explained away. So that's my little, I guess you could say, my little thoughts on these new videos coming out of the Lake Champ Monster. And I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely go check those videos out. So I'm Tom Simon, and you've been watching Off the Wall. You have a good night.